274 days. And today we're in Lombok, in Indonesia. And we're going to do a little snorkeling, reef diving. Should be fun. So here's where we're going to grab a boat and go out to the reefs. And as you can see, there's a lot of plastic that's washed ashore, which is kind of typical of third world countries. Plastic is everywhere.
Every year, 8 million metric tons of plastic is dumped into our ocean, and that's on top of the estimated 200 million metric tons of plastic that's already there. We had to wade through this garbage to get into the boat.
So
And we met that amazing
we are heading out to do some snorkeling in this kind of little dugout canoe.
And I think we've got plenty of time.
For outriggers, and those are those look like PVC pipes to me. So
despite the trash problem and the devastating earthquake that Lombok had in 2018, it's still a beautiful place. Because it's next door to Bali, few people have heard of Lombok, and its secluded coves and beautiful cream-colored beaches, which is just fine because that keeps the majority of the tourists away.
well, here we are on Nangu Beach on Gilly Island. But what we found out is that there are hundreds of Gilly Islands, because what it means is a small island around the big island. So we're here. A bunch of people from another cruise ship are here, but they're getting ready to leave, and so I think we're getting ready to go do some snorkeling. Let's see what we can see. Water's not as near as clear as French Polynesia, though.
The water is warm, but the visibility is not quite as good as it was in French Polynesia. And I'm not sure what these racks are that I found on the bottom of the sea here, but they kind of look like what they used in pearl farming in some of the other islands we've been on. My friend Carl decided to create a feeding frenzy with the fish by he had a bunch of bread stuffed in a plastic bottle, and he started squirting it out, and the fish went nuts. And of course, with all the fish action, all the photographers came over to get a piece of it. Here I am taking a selfie of myself as I dive down. Got down about 15 feet and then just slowly floated back up to the surface.
So that was some fun snorkeling. The water on the surface is really warm, but you go down 10-15 feet and that temperature drops probably 15 degrees. So, but fascinating place. Not as clear as French Polynesia, Moorea, Bora Bora, Raiatea, but still fun. Still fun.
After snorkeling, we got out, walked along the beach for a little bit, kind of dried off before we started our next adventure to another island. This is Gilly Gede Island. It's probably only about half the size of a football field, very small, but it was beautiful, and we spent a lot of time here basking in the sun, sitting on some of their chairs, and kind of watching the day come to an end after we did some snorkeling here. The snorkeling here in the water was not as good as our previous location. Visibility was less. There wasn't as much coral. It wasn't as colorful, or as fish weren't as plentiful. But we did find this beautiful blue starfish, and it was kind of fun to look at and see.
Well, the snorkeling is not that great. Visibility is kind of bad, but we did find a great big blue starfish, and I don't know if you noticed, there was a big bag of potato chips floating by. So a lot more trash in the water here than we saw at Moorea and French Polynesia, which is sad. So, but we're going to snorkel for a few more minutes, see what else we can see.
And we found another blue starfish hidden amongst the coral.
Well, I think that's about the end of my snorkeling for the day.
As we headed back to Lombok, the late afternoon sun gave off a beautiful orange glow and made for some beautiful scenery. As we approached the shore, we picked up some music from one of the local temples. It's kind of interesting. As we were driving back to the ship, we saw these two guys hauling dinner home for their cows. I used to see that a lot in Bosnia. And with us safely back on board the ship, that brought our day in Lombok to a close. If you liked our video, please hit the like button and subscribe to Around the World in 274 Days. Thanks for watching.